Hi everyone, my name is Gina Strauss and I'm the Feminine Leadership Advisor for Yellow Arrow Publishing. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the updates of the energy that have been going on since our last update in spring equinox, and talk a little bit too about how we can navigate some of this energy that we've been in now and are moving into the summer. I want to give a shout out to Christine Arillo, who works with Feminine Leadership Principles. She has a really great podcast, and I've gotten some inspiration from her work. So I wanted to give her a shout out. Also, when my eyes are moving to the side, I am reading a little bit from something I've worked on my computer. So that's why my eyes are shifting away from you. So since our last quarterly update, we've experienced a major slowdown in the activity of life as we have known it. And in addition to the slowdown, we've also experienced an amplification of feelings that had really already been rising up. There's been an escalation of fear and of unknowing, and a plethora of voices and information that have been surrounding us. We've really questioned, what do we know? And we've been forced to come face to face with some of the things that have not been working in our lives, both personally, professionally, and collectively. It's been a really hard time, and we've been holding up and we've been pushing through these last 3 months and perhaps longer, and perhaps much, much longer. Information about the COVID pandemic has been inconsistent, and we've really been wondering, what is the right information and what should we do? And in more recent weeks, the collective rage that has really been uncovered regarding racial injustice in this country, the energy of the rage and the hate and the emotions that have gone with it has really been palpable. And many of us are struggling to figure out how to handle it, how to support others. And during this whole time, our bodies have been in this high alert, fight or flight mode. And so the first thing I want to say is that it's really important that we recognize the fact that we might be tired, that our hearts might need a break, might need some nourishment, might need some rest. And particularly for us as women, we hold the space for so many, including ourselves, and sometimes lastly ourselves, for us to recognize that our hearts might be heavy and tired, and it might be time for a break. So in the next few weeks, and as we move into summer and even into summer, let's find ways to take care of our hearts, whether it be rest, whether it be to reconnecting to our passion in our heart of something creative, or even finding things that bring us joy, that bring us play, that bring us pleasure. And it may be hard and callous to think that we're finding pleasure in this time of great shaking up. But we are in this for the long haul. And a person who is centered and calm and joyful and able to express themselves passionately on solid ground is who we want to be, as we're going to sustain ourselves through this long road of change. We can use our creative minds. We can use the unlimited possibilities that are awaiting us, both in creating a personal life that we want, but also in making change in the world. And so that time for joy and play and passion is so important, especially now when our hearts are feeling so much. So the question for us at the summer solstice shift is, how do I want to feel this summer? Not what do I want to do? What are my plans? What is my list? Because believe me, I go there as my imprint says, this is what I do. But I'm re-imprinting that message for myself. I'm taking the time, and you can do this after this video. You put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and say, heart, how do I want to feel this summer? And see what bubbles up. And when you have the answer, I want to feel creative. I want to feel connected. I want to feel whole. I want to feel safe. I want to feel pleasure. I want to feel space and freedom. Then from there, you can make your choices on what to do because you have your heart speaking first. So in addition to taking care of your heart and listening to its wisdom, we are also being called to create a sustainable future for ourselves and for our world. And it's going to be hard to resist the urge to go back to normal, to go back to the running and the over scheduling and the busy lives that just 3 months ago or several months ago we had going on. You know, hopefully during this time we've learned a lot. We've learned, wow, I really love taking walks every day, or I love being out in nature, or I love trying new recipes, or taking a class online that I didn't have time to do, or spending time with my family, or working in my garden, you know, and or maybe during this time we've learned, I really miss that time to express myself creatively because I've had to, you know, take care of my children because there isn't other options right now. Or maybe I miss being with my friends and my family in deep ways and connecting, you know, because they're so important to me. I know the time will come when I feel the pressure to speed up again. I already feel it. And maybe it's the external world putting that pressure on me, or maybe it's my own internal pressure I put on myself to like get moving and be productive and get things written and get it done. But my job is to notice, because that energy will come, that flow will come of when it's time to actually act. But when I'm finding myself resisting or feeling tension or getting angry or getting cranky or feeling rushed, feeling I have to, that's when I know that I'm putting that old pattern into place again, and I need to stop, realign myself, touch my heart and say, what am I feeling right now? What do I really want and need right now? I'm going to be putting that into practice here on out. It's a practice every day. And sometimes you may need help in that. You might need support with that. So find some friends, find a friend, find other kind of support who can hold the space for you to talk through it, to process these emotions that are coming up, to discern what is true and right for you, and to help you get clear on your path, because this is going to be really, really important to find clarity now in the time of chaos. Because if we're looking for answers outside of us right now, we're not going to find too many. So we need to kind of get in touch with our inner wisdom. So when we do read something from the outside world, we can say, does this feel right to me? Does this feel right? And then we know, yes or no, and what to do next. So there's a wonderful prayer by the Hopi elders that I want to finish up with. And it's called, We Are the Ones We've Been Waiting For. I want to read it now. You've been telling people that this is the 11th hour, and now you must go back and tell the people that this is the hour, and there are things to be considered. Where are you living? What are you doing? What are your relationships? Are you in right relation? Where is your water? Know your garden. It's time to speak your truth. Create your community. Be good to each other, and do not look outside yourself for your leader. Then he clasped his hands together and smiled and said, This could be a good time. There is a river flowing now very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel that they are being torn apart and will suffer greatly. Know the river has its destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push off into the middle of the river, keep our eyes open and our heads above the water. And I say, see who is there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personal, least of all ourselves. For the moment that we do, our spiritual growth and journey come to a halt. The time of the lone wolf is over. Gather yourself. Banish the word struggle from your attitude and your vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and in celebration. We are the ones we've been waiting for. So to bring it into Yellow Arrow Publishing, let us gather ourselves and use this time for sacred rest and celebration of all the women whose voices have risen and are rising. Let us see who is around us and co-create our future with them. If we each stay focused in doing our own part, we will make miracles happen. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed summer.